Now, let me ask you a question real quick. Have you ever seen two Sonic fans in the same room? I thought not. You're alive. But I'm sure you're at least familiar with how no two Sonic fans can agree on the same thing, especially depending on their age difference or the preference between modern and classic eras. If you want to know my standing, personally, I like both, but my bias definitely lies with the modern Sonic. The only classic Sonic game I have a huge likeness for is Tree and Knuckles, with my opinions on the others being rather sour. But let me introduce you to our best examples of Sonic fans not being able to make up their minds, with our first culprit being...
Target confirmed.
Oh Jesus, I might get shot after this. For those in the back, the adventure games were considered the cream of the crop back in the day. The creme de la creme. But these days, you wouldn't find that to be the case. For the longest time, it was SA2 on top. But then, in recent times, it became SA1. But then, come to current times, you find a lot of people saying these games haven't aged the best in most regards. And don't hate me, I'm a part of this group. I like parts of these games. Very much so, actually. But it's not Sonic's Mario 64, let's be real. And with such a timeline of events, from going the best games, to actually not the best games, to widely debated, if they are good games even, you can understand the whiplash that may come off that, especially for people not involved in the Sonic circle. I'm sure you yourself, if you're not familiar, are a little taken aback. But we are far from done. Let's talk a new game that's a more egregious example of this, which would be this lovely pile of fucking Sorry. Let's go back, shall we? Colors is the second game in the boost era of Sonic, and at the time you'd find many singing its praises, citing it as a much needed return to form for Sonic. So, what could have possibly gone wrong? Well, before all that, I actually discovered this for myself. I'm kind of a trendsetter nowadays. I bought Sonic Colors on the Wii, and I was very excited because this was right around when the remaster was announced, but I wanted to play it early, so I went to Sex and I bought my copy. And I fucking hated it. So, the boost era. The 3D era of Sonic. So this is a 2D game for the most part. There are 3D parts in it, but basically it's 90% a 2D game and 10% 3D game. And you may ask, but people love 2D Sonic. And that's very true if you're not talking about the boost era. People, including me, have been saying Sega should completely separate 2D and 3D Sonics into their own little series, which actually seems to be the case nowadays with the Boost era and Sonic Superstars coming out. Sonic Superstars being a new 2D game for anyone who doesn't actually know, but this is way before Sonic Superstars and this is way before Mania. And as I finished it, I put it back up on my shelf, and I swore never even to think of it again. Thinking maybe I'm just an outlier. Maybe I'm the one who just didn't like this game and everyone else loves this game. So, come the remaster. So, the remaster came out, and to say it was incredibly buggy mess from head to toe is a bit of an understatement actually. But besides that, people began realizing, hey, this game is like, bad. So the turning point is people actually having this game, because you have to remember, while this was on the Wii, which had a very large marketplace, the PS3 and Xbox 360 never got this game. My theory for this is that the Wii's audience is so hyper casual that they just said 2D Sonic, fucking love this, and the Xbox 360 and PS3 crowd just had to be like, alright, I guess they're okay, I guess their opinion is valid. These games remain in a hot spot where they are widely debated still, especially Adventure. Colors is more like widely accepted as a shit game, but there's still like remnants of the Wii era that are like, no, this game's actually peak, no, fuck you. But hey, I'm inclined to hear about what you have to say, so honestly, comment your opinions on it.
And yes, my sweet child, it is so my YouTube statistics look more favorable, and it is for the algorithm to see.
So let me hear, do you like Adventure, or do you not like? Are you on the right side of history or the bad side of history? And while we're still on the topic of the games themselves, I would like to mention that, me personally, I think there's some good Sonic games that don't get recognition, and some of them are thought as bad, and I will not go into it right now, because it's going to take me like 5 minutes at the very least to explain, and I don't want this to be a 20-minute video, but Sonic the Fighters is a goated, and if you say otherwise, well, do you want to be on the wrong side of history or the good side of history? Like, I'm just, you're wrong. If you say it's bad, you're wrong. And I will shame you. Shame on you. Shame. Oh, if you agree, there's no shame, by the way. And dude, you look huge. I have my own games I like, and I have my own games I hate. And for every opinion I throw out, 2 more Sonic fans hate me. Jesus. Why can't we all just get along? I do wish I had the will to interact with the community at large, more instead of not having the will to put up with a single freak. Well anyways, let's move on from the games to another part of the fandom that I think possibly might be more egregious, that being Sonic's design. Now for all of you less familiar, you may ask, what do I mean by Sonic's design? And trust me, it is far more stupid than you think. It is far more ridiculous than you think. Okay, here is 2 Sonic designs. Some would call it classic and some would call it modern. Now I want you to look at these. I want you to take a step back and look at these. And I want you to look at this one's eyes and this one's eyes. This is genuinely where this is going. With the newly added change of Sonic having green eyes, it caused an uproar in the fanbase, citing it as one of, if not the first, large-scale embarrassment the Sonic community has ever caused. Now, do I have to tell you why that is fucking ridiculous? No, okay, no, fuck the red backgrounds, get that fucking out of it. Do I actually have to sit here and tell you, Sonic having green eyes, is it justifiable change, is it a normal change? Do it. Hey, you look huge. And you may be like, it just can't get stupider than that. Let's talk stupider. So let's move to the reveal of the Sonic Boom redesigns. Now you may think the center of attention would be the drastic Knuckles redesign, and for the most part, you'd be very correct. However, thinking they had too much respect as of late, the Sonic community decided that this was unacceptable. Huh? What's this? Oh no, look a little bit closer, don't you? Don't you see the egregious thing they've done to Sonic? Yes, they changed his arms to blue, and yes, people freaked out. People actually like true fucking fits over the fact that Sonic had blue fucking arms, you know, the color that matches with the rest of his fucking body, you dumb fucks. This just sounds made up. It really just sounds made up, doesn't it? Sonic having blue arms to match his blue fur cause fans to outrage, just sounds so fucking fake. But with great sadness, I assure you, this is very real. There's not even depth to any of these. These baby rages just happened because both are fucking minor changes to Sonic. Why do you care? Why do you even care? You could have just walked away. Oh my god. In my opinion, both of them kind of fit better with his design. Like, okay, first up, the green eyes. It's such a fucking normal change. Eye color? I'm gonna kill you, bro. I'm going actually fucking. I swear. Actual threat, by the way. If anyone wants to use this in court, yes. I would kill another human if they said they were mad at Sonic getting his arms changed. But I'm going to throw you through a curveball and say that there's an upcoming one in this section that I actually pretty strongly agree with. And that is that Sonic has much shorter quills than he used to. Now, why do I agree with this? I just think it's worse off for his design. The long, free-flowing quills kind of gives off that free spirit sense energy Sonic is supposed to give off. He's free. I think the design is a lot better with the long quills, and I think it makes him stand out against other Warhogs in the series. But, at least they're one for a tree. Listen, I am a huge Sonic fan. Weirdly huge. I got that Sonic autism in me. I got the past few games on launch. I even platinumed the past couple of games I bought. I own canonical lesbians in real life. I hate almost every Sonic fan around me. And it's very much a large scale thing. Sadly it's a very large scale thing. Every part of me wishes that this fandom could be a bit more, I want to say normal? Standard? Do you know what this is like? Spoilers if you haven't seen the show Invincible. But there's this one scene where they explain how they needed the strongest members to survive, and you just get to see them all killing each other. And that's personally what I believe Sonic has been in for the past, 35-ish years. I yearn for a better day, but I don't think that day is coming. So like and subscribe if you want the day to come, or me to come, and like and subscribe if you like come.
Life starts with a sunny day.